Hi Sheila, as promised, here's a short video just for you. I had to doodle first quickly simple flowers. I don't know the species, but yeah, just try doodling something for you. To start off with, I used a Micron 04 archival ink. It's a waterproof pen, so if you could invest in one or two of these 0.04, 0.03, that would be really good. So for the outline, it's just a simple flower, nothing complicated, simple doodling. So yeah, for the paint I chose yellow and orange, and as we go along you will see that I had to combine the two. I used the Reeves watercolor tube type of watercolor. I've had this for like probably 8 years. So yeah, first, once you've established the colors that you want in your palette, you have to dip first your brush, make sure it's clean, dip it in a bit of water, and then grab a bit of the paint, make sure it's dark, and just glide through with thin water. So basically what we are doing here is you choose a starting point where you put the dark color first. You want that spot to be really distinct, and put your brush back into the jar. Try to clean any color from it and just dilute it with water, and go back to that spot where you started, the dark spot, and just glide through and brush. So that will leave one area or one center really dark. So if you noticed, the center of the flower, the base, is actually dark, and as you move outwards it goes lighter. So now I have introduced yellow, same technique, just on some areas. Dilute again the brush with water and spread the color. If you noticed some areas have been left light or blank, that was intentional. When using watercolor, you don't want the entire subject to be submerged in color. You want a bit of white for negative space. So I go back to orange again, making sure that the center or the base of the flower is dark. Always concentrate on one area to be dark and the rest to be light. So one hint would be to concentrate on one area only at a time and spread the color while that area is wet. So the more strokes you do, I think the more uneven it will be. So leave one area to dry. Unless you intend to add another color, then that's a different story. In this case, I'm doing one area or one tiny petal at a time. And if I feel that the color wasn't enough, that is the only time I go back to it. Same technique was applied to the leaves, where a strong ink or color from the tube was applied to the base of the leaves. From there, you have to dilute or clear your bristles and just put water and spread the color. If you think that the color isn't enough, you can add a lighter shade of the color or mix of it with water and try to manipulate where you want the color to stay. I am now doing my final touches and my favorite part of all, spots here and there. Spots on the leaves, spots on the petals. I can do this all day. So this is the final product. I used light gray for the shadow. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something from me.